We're a little early. We're just going to listen to some tunes and get things going here in a sec. All right, we're close enough to going live, I think. Let's cut the music out. All right, so welcome everybody to the show. This won't be too long, but basically, there's the camera. Basically, just want to do a little bit of a intro. So my partner, Bobby Peacock, and myself, Jeff Pickett, are trying to do a little extra on YouTube. So we talk with clients all the time about doing video production. But it's time. Hey, Bobby. And there's Scott. Welcome to the show. Let's see here. Bobby is... There we go. That's kind of cool. Oh, you guys can't see that yet. Here, let me switch. There we go. Oh, that went wrong. Why did that go so wrong? Okay. The fun part's about going live. At least you got to see Bobby and Scott in their comments. We'll fix that. I'll tell you about that in just a second. Anyway... So earlier this year, Bobby and I started talking about, hey, what can we do for our clients to show them what it takes to do video production? And one of the things that we realized is that we talk a lot about promoting business, your business to your customers, but we weren't necessarily doing that ourselves because we were too busy doing work for our clients. And so what we're trying to do this year, is to basically put in a little bit more extra work and to show clients how to eat the dog food that we're serving up. So if you have any questions as we go through this, let me know. But what I want to show you, at least in this, to have a little bit of focus, is we're going to talk about how we plan to go live on YouTube in the future using the same format that you see now. We're going to talk about a little bit about the equipment that we use from time to time. And then if anybody does come on, then we'll answer any questions or like that. Again, I don't think this will be really long. This was just kind of a test video, just kind of kick the crutches and all like that. So the first thing as it comes to YouTube, if you're going to create a channel for your business or for yourself or for your brand around YouTube, know that it is the long game. So one of the partners that we work with is vidIQ. They're like TubeBuddy, if you've heard of them. They're basically an SEO company, or not an SEO company. They're a company that helps you to maybe improve your SEO using YouTube, but it also helps you to grow your audience on YouTube. Now, our goal at Media by JP for YouTube is really we don't need a million followers and brand deals and things like that. We honestly just want to help businesses to grow and to learn from our mistakes as well as our successes. So vidIQ is one of those partners that I say that I would probably have you check out. You can get a free trial. This is not a paid promotion, but what they'll help you to do is to find the right keywords that you want to rank for. They'll show what your competition is doing. They'll provide some SEO assistance. So that's one of the tools that we're using to get our information out. And so one of the things, if we, let's see, I think I can probably, let's try to go back to scene 2. And let's see, I hadn't really planned to do this, but let's go into YouTube and bear with me as we go into this. Let's see, your channel. Okay, so one of the things that we learned after talking, and that's the wrong thumbnail. I'm not sure why that's on there like that. But one of the things that we learned is that, you know, Bobby and I were using this little format for our YouTube thumbnails. And one of the things that we learned about our YouTube efforts is that this was the wrong kind of thumbnail. Really good thumbnails actually do circulate more around this. So this was the first thumbnail where we incorporated what we were told, and that is that YouTube loves faces and minimal text, and probably the goofier face the better. You want something emotive, expressive, and these thumbnails that we were producing really were not doing the trick. So we live and learn, and we're just going to pass it on to you. So when you see these ridiculous faces, which you traditionally see on YouTube, as I'll flip over there. You know, here's some of the channels that I do. You know, look at the faces that are there, and these are the types of individuals that typically do better. Even faces that are, this one's covered up, sometimes even no faces or no titles at all. It's kind of a frustration that sometimes when you think you got the best thumbnail, that's going to draw people in, and it doesn't. So you just have to do some testing and do what works best for you, and realize that people like Neil Patel, who has probably close to 1 million subscribers, I honestly don't know. What makes him tick may not work for you, and so you just have to do what you just got to do, and so that's what Bobby and I are doing for our YouTube channel. So real quickly, this is what we're going to use to go live, and I've done this before, I think maybe on this channel or something like it, but we're using a combination of DSLR cameras. So this is a Lumix GH5S that I'm pointing at and recording on right now. So this records in 4K, and I believe we'll stream in 4K, maybe, I'm not sure. It is connected to an HDMI cable, which then goes to the ATEM Mini Pro. And hang on a second. This is the other cool thing about this, is I can kind of do it behind the scenes using my iPhone, which is also connected to this ATEM Mini Pro. So we're going to switch over, I believe, this. Here we go. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at on my from my vantage point. That's the camera that I'm using, the Lumix GH5S. Obviously, this is the screen, and I'm able to run everything through there. And then all this cable then is going into this ATEM Mini Pro. Now I can use up to 4 signals, including my desktop, including what I'm holding right now, this iPhone. And then I'm actually looking at this monitor that shows me what's going on. There's an Iron Man that I printed. Totally off topic, but got to show that off. My kids would appreciate that. And then what I'm using is all of this is actually working off of a program. Oh, this is really wonky. Off of a program called the ECam Live. And so this right here is actually showing this. My iPhone is actually showing on here. Let's see. I can't really show. Well, I guess I could. Me. Nope, you're not gonna. Yeah, that's me right there on a different camera. But it gets really confusing when you're doing this and you're a one-man band. Bobby, you're drinking coffee. You say you're at a coffee shop this morning, but you didn't drink coffee. Just calling you out, buddy. If he were here, it'd make it a whole lot easier. That's why it's more fun to do with a partner than by yourself. But we'll push through. Can you go live on YouTube by yourself? Absolutely. I'm doing it right now. Does it maybe cost a little money? Sure it does. Are there other ways to do it? Yeah, you could just whip out your phone and do it like so. Any number of ways you could do it. But just showing you what we're going to use as a brand, as a video content creator, to help businesses out there to do better in their marketing practices. Okay, so that's the crux of what I would talk about, is how we're going to go live. We can actually, using the ECam setup, we can actually take comments, respond to comments. At least I think I can add the comments. We can push those comments up onto the screen like I attempted once before. Let's try that again. Okay, so here, no, as soon as I go, Okay, we're gonna have to fix that. Maybe it's because of, yep, okay. So if I go to a different screen, Bobby says, haha, working on client work, get out of here, haha. Whatever that means, Bobby. Well, at least I'm working, pal. All right. But yeah, so it looks like it will work. It must have a problem with using me as the, yep, that's what's going on. I'm getting some kind of an odd connection showing myself on the screen that I'm recording on. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the video with 2 pieces of gear that you can buy for under $200 that I would totally recommend. One of them is lighting. So right now, I actually have a light behind me that I don't want to move my camera, but here, I'll just show it to you this way. Let's see. Let's flip that around. Okay, so there's my Aperture 120D. That's going to go for roughly $1,000. You don't have to have that, okay? This is, let's go here. This is a, forgive all this other stuff here, but this is a, I honestly can't tell you the name of it, but that is a light that's hanging right there. Oh, right. Let's see. Yeah, it's right there for me. And so that's what's casting light. And do you see what's going on right now is I have this blue, that's another light. I've got a blue light that's behind me that's giving me some like atmosphere. I mean, Media by JP, that's the blue color that I prefer. So that's what's going on in the background. I actually have a light that's right over here. It's the Aperture P300C Nova. That's very expensive, but has a lot of benefits to it. That's what's casting this blue behind me. Then this light over here is doing its thing, giving me a nice little contrasty look with white on this side and shadows on this side. But this is something you can pick up for roughly $80 to $100. This is the Aperture MC, and there's another name for it. But anyway, this is a an RGB light. So there's actually an app, and I can change the colors on this. For example, like even right now, say I can change the hue of the color. It goes to spectrum, 360 degrees of different hues. I can control this with an app. I can, let's see, need to get that in the picture. But what's kind of cool is this can be used as a traditional light. Like if I didn't have this big light over here, this could be used as like a key light. It can be used as a fill light. If I want to pretend like, I don't know, I'm at a campfire and I want to be spooky, I could whip it out and do this. And then there's also some effects that this does too. So if you want people to think that the cops, let's see if I can find where it is. All right, come on. Wow. There we go. If I want you to think that the cops are outside my window, then I can do that. And I'm sure some movies have used this to make you think they're about to get pulled over. Boy, I'm digressing on this. But anyway, so this is the Aperture MC. You can get this on a variety of different sites, including Amazon, I'm sure, has this. Otherwise, like B&H Photo, Adorama, Sweetwater. Anyway, so that's one piece of gear that you could get that would be, oftentimes you see YouTube Lives or Facebook Lives, and there's just not really good lighting. So that's one thing you could use. The other thing I want to show you, and this is kind of tangled up because of how I use it, but if you want really good audio, and this is a little bit involved, but this is the, let's see if we can get that in focus there. This is the Tascam DR10L. And what's really nice about this guy is that, not sure if you can see this really well, but right here is the on-off switch and also the record switch. So when we're on shoots, whether this is for weddings or for interviews, we turn this on and it basically just stays on almost the entire day as long as the batteries work. And because of how the on-off switch is hidden back here, it's virtually impossible to turn the thing off. It actually also, this is the other thing I love about Tascam, I wish they sponsored this YouTube Live, is that this this little beauty records at 2 different decibel levels at the same time. So when you export your footage, and if you're video editors like me or Bobby or others, you can choose from the best signal that you receive. So sometimes people talk really loud and sometimes people talk really soft. So you choose which signal you want, and then you're able to sync that up with your video in post. I do believe that you could still use this. I think there's an input and there's a headphone jack, so you probably could figure out a way to take another, like an auxiliary jack, bring the auxiliary cord from here into whatever whatever you're using to stream, whether that's your computer or whatever. You could probably use this to use for your lives, but it's really good if you're doing your own DIY video projects. It's great for beginners, but it's also great for pros, because I know several high-end wedding videographers especially who will swear by these because they do such a great job. Okay, that's all I got for today. Again, this is just a test to kind of kick out the system and see how things are working on YouTube Live for our channel. We do ask that you, give us your comments and your questions. We definitely do want our YouTube channel to help people, and we actually have a couple of projects that we're going to announce very shortly to prove that. We're not all about making money, although that's awfully nice. We definitely want to help other people, because at the local level, we're all in this together. I know that's kind of a cliche, but it's true. We're still coming out of a pandemic. Many of us that were hit pretty hard by that, especially in the event industry. Wedding videographers really got hurt. Businesses that weren't making as much money, didn't have as much money to advertise. So we want to help others kind of crawl out of that hole that we're also crawling out of also. So if you need help in the content area, if you need help on the video area, let us know. Just put your comments down below. Obviously, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel, so hit that bell to be notified of future videos that come out. And as Bobby and I always like to say, and we want people to do, is that 2021 really is the year to own your story. Okay, here's that awkward part where I look for the stop record button. I found it. Now I can say goodbye. Talk to you guys later. Take care.